Welcome to the halls of the Cadena Reeves Justice Center. The halls are quiet in this sacred place where County Court at Law number 12 is located and presided over by Judge Yolanda Huff. Let's go say hello. Hi, Judge Huff. We are gathered in this grand room to welcome you. Isn't it awesome? Welcome to eliminating the stigma. Welcome to breaking the silence. Please join me, Michael Quintanilla, your MC, in the celebration of the Mental Health Court's Spring Graduating Class of 2021. Welcome, graduates, and congratulations. We are gathered here virtually to celebrate you, to honor you, our graduates. I come to you from Judge Yolanda Huff's courtroom. For our guests who are joining us from home, this is a revered room. We see courtrooms like this all the time in all those TV crime shows. Often, these rooms are portrayed as scary, with lawyers grandstanding in front of a jury and witnesses shouting from across the room. But here, right now, this room is far from a Hollywood portrayal. You know, this room fills me with honor. This room fills me with humility and with comfort because this room is about justice. This really is a sacred place. This is where Judge Huff presides and maintains order. This is where she determines the validity of evidence. This is where she guides a jury with knowledge about the law. Here is where she sets the highest of standards. And for our graduates, this is where they began their transformational journey to change. And because of that, this is where you, our graduates, began to rise. And so today, this is where we all rise with you. And so today, I love those words because they remind me of two other words, rise up. So let's all rise up for Judge Huff, and we rise up for you, our graduates, because you are rising, you are reaching, you are setting new goals. You have new objectives, new ideas, a new direction with your graduation. Welcome to Judge Huff's virtual spring commencement class of 2021. For certain, the coronavirus pandemic has taught us how to reinvent ourselves, how to press the reset button, how to refresh the way we are doing things. And so we are here virtually, and with this virtual commencement in the county of Bexar in the state of Texas, we salute your hard work, virtual style. Going virtual has allowed many of us to zoom in from the safety of our homes during this unprecedented COVID-19 era where social distancing and the use of masks are the new normal. But this challenging time did not stop you, our graduates, from your recovery, and it will not stop us from showing you our pride in your accomplishment. As you know, perhaps too well, mental health issues not only affect the individual, but those issues also impact the family and the loved ones around you. And while we acknowledge your story and empowerment to find your way, we also acknowledge others in your life as well, those familiar faces, as well as new supporters rooting for you always. Mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, husbands and wives, your grandparents, significant others and friends, pastors and teachers, coaches and sponsors, and yes, children, perhaps your children. These people, all these people in your lives are a testament of the love they have for you, our graduates. Their support has made a difference in your lives. And for that, we applaud them too. So we are here to celebrate your hard work and dedication, for you are now among the hundreds of graduates who have reached this goal with the support and care of family and friends. So we thank your family and friends for joining us. We also welcome our elected officials and community leaders for joining us in this grand and virtual honor. Speaking of virtual, check it out. On your screen, right there in front of you, there is an applaud and thumbs up Zoom feature. So please feel free to press and click and engage and congratulate our graduates and friends as we move on, because they deserve it. And here to get us moving is Bexar County Commissioner Rebeca Clay-Flores of Precinct 1. Now, before her recent election as County Commissioner, Rebeca Clay-Flores worked for the city in the Mayor's Office and Health Department. She has spent 15 years serving in education and nonprofits, from teaching 5th grade and GED ESL classes to starting an educational nonprofit herself. She also has taught English in Tampico, Mexico at the State University, and worked at a private university in Tennessee where she recruited college students as community service volunteers and leaders. From Tampico to Tennessee to Texas, Commissioner Clay-Flores always has been a servant leader. We are truly honored to have her with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, let's all rise for our friend, Commissioner Rebeca Clay-Flores.
Hi, I'm Bexar County Commissioner Rebeca Clay-Flores. Congratulations on graduating from the Mental Health Court program. This is truly a huge accomplishment, and it's a big deal. This wasn't an easy program to finish. It was a major commitment and a lot of requirements, but you did it. I know you've dealt with some rough experiences in the past, and as a survivor of childhood trauma myself, I have personally seen the benefits in my own life of counseling and small group therapy. And every time I finished my own 6-month group therapy programs, whether as a student or as a facilitator, I always felt like I had accomplished something great. So now that you have accomplished this great task, I encourage you to leave the past in the past and take advantage of this new opportunity you have in life to start over. May this graduation be the catalyst for new change in your life. Keep fighting to get better, continue to heal and grow, and use the tools you learned through this program. Carry those tools in your toolbox daily and know that the worst really is behind you, because now you know how to deal with the problems that life throws at all of us. And now you have resources and are connected to a great group of people who understand and care about your success. It's a new day, and you literally have an opportunity for a new, different, and better life that will not only affect you, but your family and friends as well. It was my Christian faith and a lot of prayer that helped me get through my small group therapy programs. And I know that God has a specific plan for your life. So stay focused, don't get distracted, and stay involved. Just as I've been a small group facilitator, I encourage you to become active in the Mental Health Court Alumni Group, become a group leader for the peer groups with NAMI, and take advantage of all the mental health resources that you now are connected to. You are an example to others of how one really can graduate from this amazing program, improve mental health issues, and move forward in your life. Read, journal, exercise, pray, and stay connected to the alumni group. You are worth fighting for. Congratulations.
Thank you, Commissioner Clay-Flores. Now please help me welcome Judge Ron Rangel, Local Administrative Judge, 379th Judicial District Court, where he has served since his election in 2008. Now this court handles criminal felony cases from jail felonies to capital murders. Judge Rangel earned a bachelor's and law degree from St. Mary's University. He has worked as a caseworker for Child Protective Services, as a felony prosecutor, and a criminal defense attorney. He has presided over numerous high-profile jury trials, including the first 2 child victim human trafficking cases and the first adult continuing human trafficking jury trial in Bexar County. He has been named Man of the Year and Judge of the Year. He is the spokesperson and representative for all 27 Bexar County District Courts and has been responsible for courthouse operations during COVID-19, creating and now presiding over Felony Mental Health Treatment Court. Everyone, please welcome Judge Ron Rangel.
Hello, graduates. First of all, congratulations with your accomplishments. We are proud of everything that you have done to put yourself in this situation and look forward to your journey as you continue to move on and be a successful person in your life. Now, as we continue on with this particular celebration, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the death of an individual who was in our felony mental health court, a participant who was making great progress, but he just couldn't hang on. Last month, he committed suicide. It's important to note that as family and friends of all of our participants and today's graduates, that we are here to support and love each other unconditionally and always. Now, as you prepare to conquer the world, it's important to remember certain things. First of all, you should always be proud of the accomplishments that you have done in this court. This program is not an easy one, and you've put yourself in a position to give yourself lifelong success. Those that are in the program recognize certain things that maybe others in the community don't. Those that get incarcerated already have a difficult circumstance to deal with. All of us go through life issues. All of us have hard times in life to deal with and steps that we have to take in order to be successful. But those that get involved in the criminal justice system have an even harder time. There's a stigma of being arrested. They tend not to have the same background and education that other folks have. And as a result of that, their lives have always been one that has been a little harder for them to live. You not only have accomplished getting beyond that, but you've also overcome the issues of mental health. Now, these issues are not issues that are going to go away immediately, and frankly, they're going to be lifelong things that you're going to have to deal with. But it's important that you recognize that you have a community here that loves and supports you and wants you to succeed. It is not your fault that you're dealing with mental health issues, and we want you to know that you have the power to overcome those issues. As a result of where you're going in your life, you can always look back and think, I was successful then, and I am successful today. I will always be successful. There is nothing more gratifying as a member of this community to see folks that have overcome hardship and trauma that can look back and say, congratulations. You did it. And that's how we feel today. You have done it. We're proud of you. We acknowledge that, and we wish you the best success today and always, to you and to your families.
Thank you, Judge Rangel. Now, please welcome our keynote speakers, Teri and Rosie Lopez, co-owners and founders of Serenity Star Recovery and Comfort Cafe, and you're going to love them. But first, allow me to share a little bit about Teri and Rosie, who both have followed their star and faith in God. These women are remarkable, and they are so selfless. They sold their worldly possessions to help others, to build a safe place for the suffering, a place to feed the hungry, and a home to heal the spiritually sick, the traumatized, and the addicted. They have never asked for anything in return and have relied on the generosity of others who shared this vision of healing for others. Serenity Star Recovery was started in 2009 with Comfort Cafe Smithville, soon to follow in 2010. Teri and Rosie are both in recovery themselves and wanted to share what finally worked for them to attain sustainable recovery. Now, since then, they have touched the lives of thousands of individuals and families, and no one willing to change has ever been turned away from Serenity Star, a program based on 12 steps with alternative healing methods and a separate men's, women's, and a family residential home under a long-term 6-month to 1-year program, because Teri and Rosie believe healing takes time. So does building, as Comfort Cafe expands and Serenity Star grows. The vision is to have the same model in San Antonio on a 3-acre ranch that Serenity Star has acquired, true to their motto, trust God and He will bring the people and the funds to continue His work. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Teri and Rosie Lopez.
Hey, beautiful people out there. This is Rosie Lopez. We're here at Comfort Cafe in San Antonio.
I'm Teri Lopez, and I'm at the same place.
And we are first and foremost, thank you, Yolanda Huff, for asking us to speak. And congratulations to all who are
The graduates.
I guess why she asked us to do this conversation and celebration to you guys is because we're so very familiar with residents and clients and people with mental health addiction as well, mental health plus drug addiction. So we're here to share our experience, strength, and hope, and hopefully y'all can get a message of inspiration and vigilance.
Well, and I think it's already amazing that you've come this far, right? But it's not the end, it's the beginning. And I find the longer that we're in recovery and the longer we're doing the next right thing, the more vigilant we have to be, not less. So as you graduate, I think it's so important to keep holding on to what you've been doing, because it's working, obviously. So Comfort Cafe and Serenity Star began in 2009. And it began because we were looking for a different path to recovery.
We are the first residents,
Pretty
clients,
much. We kind of experimented with our own recovery and mental health issues and brought in things that we hadn't experienced before. And I think, Rosie, it would be great if you tell some of your story.
Yeah, I guess a little bit of my story, you know, I mean, I've been an addict and I've also had mental health issues since 13, 14. At the age of 20, I started actually, was diagnosed, but yet I was so young and I didn't care and I was rebellious, so I was not paying attention to it. But at the age of 38 is really when life struck me. I wound up being homeless in New York for about 3 years. A lot of depression, a lot of institutions going in and out. And I couldn't get it right, and I was wondering what was happening, and don't want to stretch out this story, but you know, they pretty much had me locked up, where they said I was not good for the environment, right, or be
Good for the environment.
a healthy member of society,
Right.
so to speak. And you know, I was wounded from hearing all that. But one of the things that I remember was the fire that was burning inside me, that this is not how my life is going to end. And I started being my best advocate in my healing. I shopped around for the right therapist. I shopped around where they were actually hearing me and listening to me and being present, because that's one of the hard things that I experienced in being asked questions in the psychiatry office or whatever. I'm sorry, I'm a little nervous right now. I think what happened was, you know, once I started getting clean and sober and started fighting for my life and I needed to change, made things happen. I've always wanted to put down the drugs, I just didn't know how or why I kept doing it. And some of the classes that we have at Serenity Star, we implement child within, inner child work.
Trauma work.
Trauma
yeah.
work. We do meditations and slowing and helping the anxieties. So we started working on that approach. lo and behold, I ended up, I had some very supportive help where plan B was to go back on meds. And because I was fighting for my life and actually the tools were actually working now, plan B never had to come. So it was a great success story for me. And it's like, this is my story. So you guys,
Everybody's got
a different story.
stories.
But I was blessed because I started feeling healthy, and through that walk, I'm gonna jump in quick. Through that walk and through walking through Serenity Star and working my program, being passionate, service, and I know you guys do a lot of service work. That was 100% a part of my program, too, is to be of service to others. What I've learned is my experience is the good, the ugly, the bad. It's all who I am. So I learned a long time ago to be ashamed of my diagnosis, be ashamed of my addiction, and that was not the truth. I had to embrace everything because part of that is who I am today. I would not be here talking to you guys if I did not experience those rough patches, I want to say, in life.
And I think it's important to not bypass the shame issue, right? Shame has never helped anybody change, ever. Like, I know as we're growing up, our parents try to punish us into doing something different, right? And the shame that comes with that. But all that does is make me feel worse about myself. And the worse I feel, guess what? The worse I'm gonna act. So self-love, when we find that shame come up or that part of us that really has felt broken, which is not the truth, we aren't broken, but it's going to that part and knowing it just needs more love, okay? So that the more I love myself, the more we change, and the more we have to give to others. And I really believe that anybody who has chosen a path, and God's in it for me, of addiction or mental health or recovery, we're in this to help the next soul. So I really believe what Rosie says in the, is it addiction is our path?
Is our path.
Recovery is our purpose. And I really believe that, and I think you guys are headed on that journey right now.
Most definitely. I guess the little quirk that I wanted to share about my story as far as psychiatry was the fact that they told me I was a lost cause. And then nowadays, I have psychiatrists. Psychiatrists come to me for advice and guidance on dealing with others. So that chills definitely down my spine, and it's a place where you can be as well. Because like Teri said, this is the beginning. You got to take that pain or that mess. What is that? Make the mess your message.
Yeah.
So through your own experience, that is your medicine. Mm-hmm. Everything that you have
been through,
walked through, it is your medicine to help another brother and sister. Mm-hmm. And you got this.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's thank our wonderful keynote speakers, Teri and Rosie Lopez, for sharing their story of courage and strength. Now, I'm so excited to introduce Specialty Court Judge Yolanda Huff of County Court at Law number 12 that handles the mental health court. Judge Huff has a 21-year career handling criminal and CPS cases. She was born in Taylor, Texas, but her family soon moved to North Carolina, where they lived until Judge Huff was 16 when the family returned to Texas and resided in Austin. She graduated from Reagan High School there and earned a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of Texas at Austin. As a mother of three, Judge Huff worked while earning a law degree from St. Mary's School of Law in 1996 and then opened a private practice. Since taking the bench in 2019, Judge Huff serves on the Bexar County Domestic Violence Commission and the board for the Ministry of the Three Cross. Judge Huff's greatest accomplishment since taking the bench in 2019 has been the founding of the Bexar County Specialty Courts Coalition. She chairs the coalition with the goal to educate the community about specialty courts. And she has published the Bexar County Specialty Courts Coalition book, which is a resource directory of the 14 specialty courts in all of Bexar County. In 2020, Judge Huff was awarded the Bexar County Pioneer Award by the Bexar County Small Business and Entrepreneur Department. Most recently, in 2021, Judge Huff was invited by the Supreme Court of Texas and the Texas Court of Criminal Appeals to serve on the Judicial Commission on Mental Health. Everyone, please welcome and all rise for my friend and your advocate, Judge Yolanda Huff.
Welcome, everyone. I want to thank everyone for attending the Spring Mental Health Court graduation ceremony. The graduates have worked hard, and we're here today to celebrate all of their achievements and all that they have done. I want to thank the families of each graduate and all the great support systems they have. I want to especially thank the Mental Health Court team. They are my rock, and without them, none of this would have been possible. At this time, I want to thank each of them individually. I'll start with Michelle Star Salazar, the court manager, Azalea Barrasos Baldares and Adrian Rodriguez are court case managers. Charlotte Reyes is the office assistant. Jay Ascension Ruiz is the probation officer. Shayna Bandy Henry is the mental health PTD officer. Paul Manriquez, Noe Lopez, and Clarissa Leal, Cynthia Chopper are all workers from Center for Healthcare Services. Barbara Curtis is the OSAR clinical assessor. Joshua Lugo, Shelby DeGosa, Arianda Sandoval, Cody Fry, LaMonica Armand, Christopher Rodriguez, Genevieve Martinez, Jagger Hernandez, Rachel Howell are all workers from Crystal Counseling. Steve Keith is the deputy sheriff. Daniel Escobar and Nicole Yates are assistant district attorneys. Herman Booker is the court coordinator for County Court 12. Melissa Pena and Ruby Martinez are clerks for County Court 12. Irene Maldonado is the court reporter. Charles Kimbrough is the court liaison. Brian O'Donnell and Renee Munoz are both public defenders for the Mental Health Court. At this time, I would like to introduce two of our graduates that will be giving testimonials. We have Stacey M. Stacey started off a little rocky in the program. I had to send her to inpatient, but when Stacey got out, she still was a little rocky, but as Stacey, the longer she stayed in the program, the better she became. And I'm so happy to report that today Stacey is just one of our best and most improved graduates. So much so that she's going to give this testimonial today, and I want all you guys to hear what a great and wonderful path that Stacey has done in the mental health court.
On March 3rd, 2018, I was arrested for a DWI. Luckily, since it was my first one, I was let go after about 2 days in magistrate. When I went to court for the first time, my attorney explained the mental health court program and how it could benefit me, but I took some time to think it over before deciding to join. This program has helped me so much by teaching me healthy ways to cope with all of the traumatic events of my past. I violated my probation again and again, so Judge Huff ordered me to go to my-off. At first, I thought inpatient treatment was hell and the worst form of punishment, but the farther I got into it, the more I realized it actually was helping. After treatment, I was able to end a relationship that was extremely toxic as he is a heroin addict. Since then, my life has gotten better in every way possible. I have so many people to thank for where I'm at now. Judge Huff and the entire mental health court team have helped me greatly, but the person I want to thank most is my boyfriend, Jason. He's so supportive of my recovery that he quit drinking so I wouldn't have that temptation on my bad days. He listens to me without judgment, he comforts me, he makes me feel safe and loved, but best of all, he doesn't look at me as a victim. That being said, my advice to you is to stay strong. Find someone you can trust, someone that you can confide in. Talking about your life with someone who won't judge or pity you could be the greatest help you can have on your journey to recovery. I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you, Stacey. That was wonderful. I'm so glad that your family and everyone here got a chance to hear what a wonderful job you're doing. At this time, I want to introduce GW. GW entered the program and she just hit the ground running. She never looked back. She just did an awesome job. I often would call upon her to give a word of advice to the other participants. I want you guys to hear what a wonderful job that she has done in the mental health court program. At this time, I give you GW.
Before the program, my life was in a high-speed downward spiral. The thing is, I didn't see it. That's the funny thing, not so funny thing about mental health issues sometimes. Before my incident that got me introduced to that got me introduced to these lovely people, I was drinking heavily on a daily basis. In retrospect, I think I may have even developed that dangerous, deadly, telltale winos tic. That tic where you wake up every morning shaking, similar to that drug addict needing a fix, that shaky, uncontrollable tic. But I'm hypoglycemic as well. So it has those same symptoms. So my remedy was I'd wake up and drink juice and liquor for breakfast. Not so smart. Deadly. I was drinking to be happy. I was drinking to be numb. I was drinking to wake up. I was drinking to sleep. I was drinking to forget. I was drinking for everything. And then one night, I drank carelessly. Enter mental health court. I'll reiterate what I said before about it takes a village. Everyone involved in this program is very involved. Through the course of this program, although it has been far from a walk in the park, no one has made me feel less than. No one's made me feel guilty for dealing with a mental illness. It's been a daily struggle, but it's been worth it. In order to succeed in this program, you have to remove yourself from the toxic people and the toxic environment that keeps you in that never-ending loop, that never-ending roller coaster of bad decisions that inevitably have bad outcomes. Just like a virus or a poison, you have to be purged from it. Throughout this entire ordeal, I've been sure to consider the consequences of my actions and the repercussions of those actions. Not just how they'll affect me, but the snowball effect of how they'll affect my loved ones, especially my child. He's been my motivation, cheering me on without even knowing it. This program's helped me to understand my triggers, understand how to deal with those triggers. I thought dealing with therapy and dealing with counseling and things like that, I knew what they were, but I really didn't. I really didn't realize that I had those coping mechanisms. I didn't realize that I was breathing. I was able to control my emotions better than I was. Dealing with the MRT and things like that and discussing things with other people that are dealing with the same thing. They say misery loves company. It's not necessarily a bad thing. When somebody else expresses that they've gone through the same thing you've gone through, it can help you get through another day, another week. another month, another year. You just have to verbalize, reach out, get help. Just hold on. Don't let those toxins fester, because it's not just going to hurt you, it's going to hurt somebody else. And most likely it's going to hurt somebody else. I really do appreciate everything this program has done for me. Not just what it's done for me, but what it's done for my family. This is a godsend for me and for the community of San Antonio as a whole. And I genuinely appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody.
You know, spring is the season for growth, and we certainly see that in the shared experiences and stories from Jenna and Stacey. Thank you for your life-changing testimonials of courage and inspiration. Today's graduation certainly is life-changing for our graduates. Each diploma is the reward for a year-long journey of dedication, commitment, and growth. And we celebrate our graduates with their hard-earned success. Ladies and gentlemen, the time we've all been waiting for is here. The presentation of the spring graduating class of 2021. Please welcome back Judge Huff for the presentation of diplomas.
Judge Huff, thank you for being so kind and understanding about mental health. Thank you to Officer Ruiz for always being supportive. Azalia, thank you for leading MRT. You helped me open up and learn to deal with my past traumas. And Clarissa for always checking on me. Claudia, I would like to thank the team at Crystal Counseling for being a safe haven at a time when I needed them the most. Allison, I would like to thank Officer Ruiz for helping me. Thank you, Judge Huff, for being understanding. And Ms. Azalia and others for getting me here today. Kathleen, I appreciate all staff who didn't give up on me and who encouraged me to do my best. Stacey, I'd like to thank Judge Huff and the entire mental health court team, as well as the counselors I had while at DDRF. I have finally learned to see myself not as a victim, but as a survivor. Sophia, thank you to the judge and team. This program has helped me with my thinking and making the right choices. I'm thankful to be in the program because it shaped and molded me. I'm now able to be sober and have a life with my grandkids. Officer Ruiz, thank you, and I'll thank the rest of the whole team.
David M. I want to thank Mental Health Court for the opportunity to better myself. Thank you, Judge Huff, for everything. Thank you, Adrian, for the MRT classes, learned a lot. Thank you, Officer Reese, for keeping me accountable. Thank you to the rest of the staff in the Mental Health Court. Keep up the amazing work. Marissa, thank you, Mr. Reese, for helping me and your compassion. Chantal, I learned how to be a better person and to myself. David R. I want to thank the mental health court team and appreciate all that they have helped me with. I want to thank Mr. Ruiz, Center, and the court for working with me. Corey, mental health court helped me out a lot and was a great experience. I learned how to fix my life and understand how to prepare for unexpected life situations. Thank you, Officer Reese, for helping me stay on track and finishing the program. Gina. The term "it takes a village" is an old African proverb. It means that the community or village play a part in the success of a child to accomplish their goals. The same applies to the mental health court. They played an integral part in my success. Without them in my life would have continued out of control. It was by no means easy. Nothing in life worth having truly is, but I am beyond grateful.
Eliminating the stigma, breaking the silence means family and team support.
A work in progress.
To not be ashamed.
Never stay quiet, get help.
Talking about it, take the burden off.
Break the barrier.
Time of healing and sobriety.
Has helped me change my ways of thinking.
Open up, don't bottle it in.
Talk and take care of it.
Not seeing myself as a victim.
We're not lost and we can achieve anything.
As our graduation ceremony comes to an end, it's so very important that we continue to support our graduates with the values of humanistic justice and integrity. These are the tenets of the Therapeutic Justice Foundation, of which I am a board member. I mention this because the foundation exists to help participants of the Bexar County Specialty Courts with treatment, education, and in other ways, such as with emergency food and monthly bus passes. In closing, please help me welcome back my friend and your advocate, Judge Yolanda Huff. Judge Huff, come on in here. How are you, Judge? Oh my gosh, it's so great to see you.
Good to see you again.
You know, Judge, my personal experience has taught me that success comes from awareness and, you know, I guess from the world around us, right?
Yes.
And so that means that success comes from struggle.
I think so. That's definitely true.
And you see that in this courtroom.
All the time.
Lots of struggle.
Lots of struggle.
And that means sacrificing.
Sacrificing. They have to do a lot of great sacrificing to move forward.
And I guess when you sacrifice, you learn how to survive.
Survive.
Lots of surviving.
That's what we're striving for, survival.
And you teach those survival skills here too, I would think,
yes,
right?
We do. We certainly do.
So success comes from mistakes that need correction. Success comes from a problem in search
of a solution.
And you find those here.
Find those in the mental health court.
In this court. Success comes from critical and
original thinking.
Original thinking.
Yes.
It's up here. We just have to unlock it, don't we?
I say that all the time. Yes,
do you?
It does. Yes, I do.
I'm so glad.
So graduate, success awaits. It's there waiting for you to rise up. And I really want you to remember this. When you rise up, you know that you also rise up others.
That's right.
Thank you for joining us today. Congratulations, be safe, social distance, wear your mask, and keep rising.
Because when you keep rising, we do eliminate the stigma.
And we break the silence.
You know, Judge, this courtroom could be a TV show.
You think so?
I think so. And you know, you're the star of that show.
Oh, I like to think so.